You know, all right. Um, you know, once again, I'm not a racist. I'll state that. Not judge a person on his creed, not his color.
I'm online, guys, with radio group out of Austin, Texas, called Exposing Unexposed. You can find them on Broadcastify, Republic. I'll put a link here in a minute.
Okay. These guys are great. Like, for example, Stage Francis. Not people who exploited the game. They came into the game, treated it with respect, came out with the best music, and did not get rich. So I took my hat off to them. Actually, people who do deserve a lot of money for their contribution to the music industry, but they didn't get it. And, you know, that's just the world that we live in. And another thing I must address very quickly before we get on with the show. Yes. About creed, nothing. And no, even their profession. Listen, I do know some good fits. There are some good ones that I like. They're either dead or retired.
This doesn't have much to do. I'm just using this platform as a plug to talk about the boys for 5 to 7 minutes, and or whenever I feel like I've had enough, and we'll move on.
We have Benny Keys here with us this evening. Benny, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
All right. Yeah. We got a very heavy show this evening, and so I took a glance over your YouTube channel. I already have some information that possibly get to you, but and I'm liking your idea of your unit. But before we get to all of that, please let the people know who you are, give your backstory, and why you're on the inside.
Well, you know, I wasn't a content creator before the case with Classic and Sincere, which their names were changed after the adoption to Orrin and Orson West. I was not a content creator, but I'm a father, and I saw this opportunity to use my voice to help organize people, but also try to keep this new phenomenon of the web assisted crime solving microcosm that blow up into movies and documentaries and Netflix and what a lot of people don't understand is that with the power of technology and with the power of the computer and the internet and the YouTube specifically, people are able to touch the innards, so to speak, of these disappearances and murders and cold cases. But behind that, there's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of bad science. There's a lot of people just running amok, and it's all very biased, unfounded theory-based opinion. And so I saw a niche for me to kind of jump in and really just try to bring a lane of unbiased ideology as far as trying to imagine how law enforcement is handling this thing. Think in those terms if you want to be involved. Don't come in and troll and muck it up or anything like that. And in 18 days, I've grown a channel that, almost a month. I've grown a channel that is just about monetized, and and it's all in the name and the spirit of helping marginalized children. I also do online predator catches, where I set up and I talk to different men on different chat sites or women, and I pose as young teens, and then we video the chats and the catches, and I make these guys come back and talk to me, and we talk about God, and so I'm really just trying to provide something wholesome during this time where people are getting a little bit squirrely. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I'm a little bit confused on the pretending to be a teen. You're pretty burly kind of dude, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I am. I'm 6'2" and 210. I'll tell everybody. But what I come to find, and it's all hit or miss in the beginning, but now it's not. It's not hunting; it's catching. Now, once you get your verbiage down and you get your MO down, and really what it is you have to remove the way that you know English, and you have to type like you're 14 years old. And as long as you can text like a 14-year-old, and you have a few base pictures that you have permission to use, you're off to the races, and you just refine your methods as you go and you go. And, before you find out, you're catching two or three an hour. And it's really bad,
Well, have you met my co-host?
Not yet. Do I need to be?
Oh, please talk to him. Please.
Well, it's funny because yeah, I've had that same experience. The first time I did it, I was like, holy crap! I get so many of these people in just one time. The first time I did it, I didn't catch the guy because I the wrong button on my camera, didn't record. Idiot. I recorded a few after that, and yeah, it's incredible how many hits you can get and how many people will just email you or just inbox you these disgusting photos. I mean, within a half hour, you're getting on one of these social media things. And something that I tried out that I thought was pretty cool is I have a beard myself. I'm nowhere near as big and strong as you are. Probably half your size, if that. But I have a beard, so I shaved my beard, and then I went on I think it's called like Face App.
Yeah.
And I made myself look like a 14-year-old boy, so I wouldn't have to endanger anybody.
Right. No. Yeah.
Like that coming from any compromise. So I did that, and I ended up looking like a 14-year-old boy. And it's even easier to do it now because with the mask, and if you wear a hat low, it's outside, it's cold. How are they going to tell? I guess that's one advantage to COVID.
That is, and it's funny that you should say that, because you would think that during a time when everyone's got their face covered and you just don't know who's who anymore. It was hard enough before when guys would use different pictures, but now everyone's got a mask and we're all desensitized to looking at people with a mask, and so you would think that would deter a lot of people. But let me tell you, it just doesn't. And piggyback on what you said. If you don't have the heart to text with the devil, if you don't have the heart to look at every single genitalia that a man wants to send you, and I mean, that's what it is. When I have to dedicate weekends. Really, guys, I have to dedicate weekends to this activity because it becomes so dark so quickly that you're just in this funk, and it's just this tension building, and then it's a release when you catch the guy and you get to, like you've seen a couple of the videos. Like I'll catch a guy in 7-Eleven, and I don't care if the police come. Like I want him to believe that I'm about to get all over his DNA. So and that's just, yeah. But that's just part of it. That a lot of that is awareness, because so much of the online stuff is so rapid and fluid and ever changing that a lot of those cases either don't get looked at, or they take a long time, or because I don't deal with the police directly in that respect. I have a channel that I give the stuff to, and then I get the okay when it's cleared for me to go ahead and post. But right now, what the real big focus is right now, guys, is Classic and Sincere, Orrin and Orson West. It's two.
Okay, before
Yeah.
I really want you to give out your YouTube channel.
Yeah. It's Benny Keys. Benny like Benjamin, shortened down, Keys, like piano keys, but with a Z, not a S. And then the suffix is the mound, like a mound of ants or a mound of dirt. Benny Keys, the mound. Please come and share, subscribe. We have a whole community, the unit, like you guys already disclosed. The unit, you know, we're a self-funded deal, and we're just a huge community, and it's all about the love, and it's all about helping these marginalized children.
Well, I would definitely like to become a part of that and have show me an official video of that. I'm all about the kids. I kind of think adults are kind of, F AIDS day, but the kids are sure.
Right.
I really good thing. And by the way, you haven't been to any lineups where you have such this only that.
No, I don't. No, that's my thing. Like, if you had to put me out there in front of the police and the mayor and all that, that's not the kind of recognition I want. I just want these guys to be scared to go online and mess with little kids. That's all I want. I don't care about a view. If I post you online because you mess with a little girl and then you had to look at me, guess what? It's more than just your video online. Like you really could catch a beat down behind this. And that's what.
Well, I mean, and see, that's where I was going with this too. I mean, you guys are great. You and my co-host, I mean, if I had just one of these cases, you don't find me, you don't find me stalking those guys. Those guys will never be seen again.
That's it. I
can do it.
And that's part of it. That's how I was in the very beginning. And, it was very hard to install that restraint. And now I have a restraint that I wished I had, when I was back getting in trouble and getting locked up and all that. I have a real man's restraint now. I can look at a sexual predator, and short of him spitting on me or, calling my mother the wrong name, he's all good. He's going to go home just fine. And I've had some situations where people they do squirrely things in order to try to to evade whatever trouble they think is coming. And again, I'm just about the kids, because if we don't stand up for the kids, no one will. There's 8 million kids worldwide that go missing every single year. That is potentially about the whole population of Dallas, Fort Worth Metroplex going missing every single year worldwide. Now, if you put 8 million kids in a pile, how high is that? Who knows? Story's high, right? Where do all these children go, right? I mean, what are we doing here? Where are we at, right? So, me and my group and the people that I serve, we're all about the children. Nothing, very little else. Yeah, please.
And I know you want to kind of lay out the story, but as far as dealing with law enforcement, I've heard different things. I've personally given things to law enforcement and even followed up, and to my knowledge, nothing has been done. Do you think that means that nothing's being done? I mean, just the fact that you're doing videos to out these people, I think is helpful enough.
Absolutely.
But would you give any recommendations as far as that?
Well, for me, I try to make sure everything that I'm involved in has an unbiased light shined upon it. And so the reason why I don't have a ton of videos out yet is because we want to make sure they get cleared, and we either we get the yay or nay. And so because I have a felony background. I don't want the fact that I'm bringing I have a concierge. that will take it to them, and they deal with that part, and they're all on the up and up. They have a relationship with, the computer and the sex crimes division, and we're just right now we're trying to get some sort of grant or get a force of guys that can rotate throughout different departments and offer this service, because maybe once or twice a year you'll hear of a team come in and they'll do a sweep and they'll catch 40, 50 guys or 100 guys or 200 guys, whatever, and then they go away for a year. Well, who's taking care of it while they're not here? Somebody has to, and there has to be a dedicated force to that. So fortunately, YouTube offers the kind of society where once it's cleared and it's all good for you to monetize it, you actually get paid for your work in that way. And that's a beautiful part of manipulating that system to work for you, right?
Absolutely. And I think again, Mike, it's a very important topic. I want to point out, though, that there are a lot of situations, most of the situations, because I've watched so-called pedo hunters on YouTube extensively, and a lot of them, I feel kind of bad sometimes, because sometimes people take it way too far. There'll be guys that, they'll corner, they'll push around, in public.
Right.
Telling everybody, hey, got pedo, and push them around, and the guys like trying to walk away, and the cops get called, and the cops weren't, you assaulted the man, you've accosted, and you have, what's the word? You defame this person, you have slandered this person, they start stacking up charges against the pedo hunters. It's like, wow, are all those crimes justified for this one offense? Because if the cop was taken by the jail,
Right. Right.
all the come back up is about the time that the pedo himself would spend.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, it's kind of a money situation.
Yeah, it's always it's always going to be that way. These guys, unless they're second time offenders, there are way there's just the law is built to minimize first time offenses for this sort of thing if it's a computer crime. And so also there's a big push to get legislation changed, and and all of that. But my main aim, and I would like to just take a couple more minutes, and then I gotta run. I'd love to jump on again, but I had an obligation before, and we had some new information that came in on the Cal City case, and so we have a ton of movement going on behind the scenes right now, in that we're trying to kind of keep all control, before it gets too far ahead of us. So is that okay if I talk about that for just a second? Okay. So Classic and Sincere, Orrin and Orson West out of Cal City, California. They went missing on December 21st, and they haven't come home yet. There's been no arrests. To date, there are no persons of interest, and there are no suspects. There are a couple of county, Bakersfield, a couple of county police department units on it, and then there's a light dusting of federal help in there somewhere. So I what I'd like to do is if it's okay, I'd like to be able to bring my partner on with me here as soon as we could on the next episode available, and talk about this a little more in depth as far as what it all entails, because it's not just an organizing of people online. We also have ground pounders, people that are in Cal City, with dirt in their hair and all of that. So, it's actually like a real thing, and it's very complex. And the issues are, they're political, and they're the justice system issues, and there's some racial issues going on, and it's got a mixture of child protective services, and it's just overall just the most multifaceted case that you could come across, really, that has gotten zero attention. It's got a reward of $122,000 to date, and nobody's saying a word. And it is very much web assisted investigation, in a lot of good ways and in some bad ways. And so with that being said, if you guys would actually like to come on over, and send me an email, and I'll send you a link. What we have is we have a Discord server that's set up for having a private group, and so you'd be initially entered into a waiting room, where your talk about the case and different things will be monitored, and then at such time as you go through a screening, then you'd be brought into the main group, which is the group. So there's several different levels to it. You've got the YouTube level where everyone can stay where they're at, and then we've got an assistive group that assists the YouTube level, and then also would assist that upper echelon of searcher. And these are people that are fully committed. We have people in Australia. We've got people in the UK. It's a self-funded thing. We have commerce to pay our own people when they're when they have a good day. We like to reward our people, and so it's a whole different thing that's going on. And I implore and I encourage both of you guys to come over and just see what we got going on. And I guarantee you that you don't even have to participate. You can come over and look, and you'll be amazed. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what it takes. It doesn't take a whole bunch of big platforms pushing the wrong narrative. It takes a bunch of little platforms pushing the right narrative. And this cause is such a cause, and there's such a movement that comes with this, guys, that if you guys clearly, I would say that you're built for this cause. And so implementing any portion of this cause into your guys' cause will immediately it'll break the floodgates, as far as interactions and just pushing an awareness, something wholesome, I'm on air with a radio station in Austin, Texas. Bro, I'm almost through. Right.
There are people out there who actually recognize humanity in all children, and are willing to do the fight and get justice for everybody.
You know, it's some people will make it look glorious, man, and it's not. It's not a glorious fight. And I've just started, and there's people that've been doing this considerably longer than I have, and are considerably more well knowledged, that have my full respect. And I hope to achieve, their level of understanding when it comes to these things, because what we need to understand is once we crack the formula, it is just that it's a formula, that you can apply to every single case, whether it be any sort of disappearance. You can apply the same formula that we have to all of them, and really maximize the available data that's out there. When you have a team of people that are wrenching and helping behind the scenes, you can do other things and explore other options, and then these people will all bring their information back, and it's just a melding pot of information with no negativity. There's no egos. This is a rare breed of people who are all about these children. They aren't, these aren't the YouTube creators, the content creators. These are the people that are really, really important. Us creators, we're important, but guess what? If it weren't for the real people that push the issues, there would be no reason for us to have a platform. So us that are a little more extroverted, we owe it to the people that are more introverted, that really, kind of make the clock tick. You just see the big hands moving on the clock. You don't see all the gears making it happen, and that's where it's really going down, right? Absolutely. So, man, I hate to say, guys, I've got to run. If we could email behind the scenes, and you guys could get involved here, sometime real soon, whether it be tonight or on your free time, and just check out the microcosm we have going, and then let's get back together and see what we can do to grow this thing.
Absolutely. I would be honored to join. I want to thank you for coming on to the show. Guys, the Benny Keys and the Mountain. Benny Keys, the Mountain.
Yes, sir.
Check out the YouTube channel, and absolutely, let's get some attention on this and see how we can support.
Absolutely, guys. I look forward to talking to both of you guys, man, and let's put something together, and let's talk just as soon as you can. I've got an open channel for you.
Yeah, come on the show as soon as possible.
All right. God bless you guys. All right, guys. Well, that was out of Austin, Texas. The reason why it kind of went the way it did about the pedo catches is one of the hosts, he does catches as well. So I feel like that it could be another piece of the puzzle for as far as our movement in helping. We've got another platform that is like-minded and yoked the way that we all are. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, just so, you guys could see, some of the things that I try to do behind the scenes. I don't know if that was great quality, but, it's the thought that was in it. Right. So, I appreciate everybody watching. I'm going to get back to the Discord, and we're moving some ideas around. This will probably be as late a night as I can go. I can't speak for Doug or anybody else, but we're going to get back to the Discord, and again start moving some stuff around and start playing with the rest of the assignment we wanted to take care of today, which was identifying the sex offenders in the area and disqualifying them, just to be sure, while we've got some other irons burning too. So everybody stay tuned. Thank you for the positivity. Thank you for the blessings. Thank you for the people that continue doing what you're doing. God bless you all.